Hello everybody, and welcome back to Hologround, where I will be defending our boobs. I will be the defense of the boobs. Boobs.
You are a boob.
Quite you. Anyway, so we're playing the it was a DLC for this game, wasn't it?
It's not the DLC, it's basically when the DS version came out, they expanded it a little bit to showcase the DS capabilities.
Okay.
So a microphone you can use to interact with the game, then you could use the touchscreen to examine things. Like they really encouraged you to use everything.
So, yeah, last we left off, we actually started the courtroom case because we got lost. Well, I got lost and didn't find that last clue in the blooming car, so we're a bit late on that. But here we are, and we're just going to get on right with it. Are you ready, Becky, for the female voices?
Reading lots.
Yes, lots of female voices. I trust in you.
Oh, by the way, Becky.
Deep end.
By the way, Becky.
Yes.
Today's episode name is an unforgettable luncheon. So welcome.
I hope Rhys here.
I hope you didn't get lost on your way. We sure did.
Okay.
Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to the blah 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 blah. Great start.
Come on, cough up. Cough up the information.
I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I sensed something, perhaps it was finally my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand.
It was just
Then,
a garish car. Oh.
then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Oh my, that's so sexy. The fuck, bailiff? The actual fuck are you into? Stop reading that damn Twilight book! Oh, sorry about that. Anyway, bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching.
As you can see, there is no room for doubt. She even said my car is garish.
I wish I had a boyfriend to bring me lunch.
What?
Sir,
What?
you're married.
Oh yes, I am!
With
Wait, which
children.
marriage is this? Which marriage
And
is this? The second or
grandchildren.
the third? Is this the second or third marriage?
Sir, it doesn't matter?
You're
Okay,
right,
we'll
it doesn't
tell you.
matter! Oh my! The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife, which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. My goodness.
Oh, good, man.
He wasn't a very good man. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed?
Your ass isn't on my face. I'm still thinking about that.
It's nearly a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
I've been cross-examining her all this whole time.
Gah!
Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come.
All that? Why?
How did you know?
I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. I can't read. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted.
Oh, given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that.
Tippity tap.
Mister, do you have something personal against prosecutors?
No.
What? No. Maybe. I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one.
Laid off? She was fired?
Oh no. You mean she's incompetent?
To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless.
Yeah, sure.
Isn't it completely biased since she hates prosecutors?
Very well. You may continue, mister.
I was on my way to deliver lunchbox to my boyfriend.
I'm not your boyfriend. I mean, this boyfriend. He's the detective.
Not that boyfriend, the security guard. I have many boyfriends.
But that boyfriend? You have several?
Gasp.
Yes,
Crying
this
horror.
boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Look, it's the modern era. A gal can date around.
Ugh.
Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants.
I'll stick with my lunches, thanks.
Good choice.
Note to self, the judge had to think before replying.
His wife's probably in the jury.
The security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there.
Doubt. That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car?
Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime.
Wait a minute.
When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work.
She went to see her boyfriend, but she was in the security room?
Because that's an A block.
Alright. You sensed something, so you're saying you had a premonition of a murder.
It felt like, how would you say? Oh yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. What?
I have no idea what that means. Sorry, I just wanted the animation to thing. Speaking of a detective's intuition,
Gumshoe just crashing in.
wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective?
Detective! Everybody's just quiet. True?
Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. What are your metaphors?
Hey, young cheese?
A white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn.
Then I must be hard, yellowed, and sharp as a tack,
No,
No.
no.
and full of holes.
Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. In any case, there, in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind.
What? Oh, okay.
Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car.
By Garrett's car, you mean...
Mr. Edgeworth's car. Yes, he has such tacky taste.
Mr. Edgeworth's!
Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it?
Indeed, it was.
What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant?
I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her.
If she's telling the truth, we're doomed.
Doom, 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 doom. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick.
Witness! In your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Persecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness.
You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie.
Huh? Rookie?
Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. Press
Yes.
X to doubt.
Mhm.
I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside.
But that was inspiring and delicious.
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism. I may be relegated to a lowly post of lunchly, but my instincts are honed.
A photograph! You took this?
How dare you?
The moment I witnessed the crime, blah 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 blah. My reflexes took over and snap! I took a picture. There was some lady with an afro who happened to have a camera.
She broke her neck.
In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. Why?
Because she's obsessed.
I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck.
Witness? Why am I only seeing this photograph just now?
Because I don't like to deal with fuckboys. You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again, fuckboy.
That's actually really bad for her. Normally,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, normally they would not accept that as evidence.
Oh.
If anything, it's just like, okay, cool. You do realize that works against your case because you're presenting it too late.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Also,
Because it
there are
could've been
certain
forged.
timings. Yeah. And also, there are certain timings for presenting stuff.
Yep.
My
That's how-
boyfriend. Oh, sorry.
No, sorry, I was just gonna say that's how a court works, but apparently it's a kangaroo court.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My boyfriend works in the photography division
My
of criminal
boyfriend.
affairs.
Well, this is most certainly the defendant.
Oh, she was just having a heavy flow. You can't prove anything.
Excuse me.
She could have been sitting on her coat.
Excuse me.
And then she went on to put it,
Excuse me.
just like that.
Uh-oh. That is unmistakably... Mistakenly, yeah. Land of Sky.
So, what was the defendant doing at that time?
The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. The only people can't tell left from right.
Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying.
Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife after all.
Yes, that's about right.
It was a present from Gumshoe.
Yes, it was. Yes, worth another. the escalation of funds is coming from.
Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. Only $4.99.
That's expensive.
You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person.
Felix is hungry.
We're all
Perhaps a chicken. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. No!
So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? This is so garish and unpredictable.
Just like your car. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Press.
Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point.
Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Oh, how tragic.
Too late?
Yes, the next moment. The chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon.
I see.
Something does not up.
Tis but a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
You said that before. Anything else?
Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless.
Wrong! There must be a contradiction.
There it
Sounds
is.
pretty fatal to me.
What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Am I an orphan?
Yes.
Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we?
You'd love to press her, wouldn't you?
For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. It reminds me of something. Something I've forgotten from 2 months ago.
Yeah, Maya just somewhere under a waterfall. Achoo! Don't smile like that! You're creepy! Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. Mmm. Mmm.
Harumph.
Hmm.
Have a look at the picture she presented.
She's not holding a knife in that
It's
picture.
it's new evidence. So if she brought down the knife, why is she already bloodied?
Exactly. Arguably, you would
It could
say.
be wine.
No, I was gonna say. Arguably, you would say that it was blood from the victim, but that's not the case here.
Mm-hmm.
But the real question is, where do I present it? Do I have to put it in a certain spot?
Well, have a listen to her testimony and decide on the
My
position.
boyfriend.
When I sensed something, perhaps it was my family home detective position. Our fence was sort of she was just standing next to her. She was holding a knife in her right hand.
No.
And she thrust it. Okay. I'll try here.
Save.
Save, scum! Save, you scum!
Yes, I'm safe
You can
scumming.
save. You can
Save
save
it.
if you wanna.
You can leave your friends behind.
You can do it. You can save 9 times.
Okay.
Because
Let's
that's
give
how
it a
many
go.
slots we have.
You
Huh?
did it right.
Thank you. And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with a knife.
As I've already said, yes! I swear it on my finest salmon swell lunch. Ew,
That-
salmon.
That actually does look pretty nice.
I don't
Mm.
like salmon.
Hmm? I'm sure that is a fine lunch.
$20.
But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph.
Look at this photograph.
Maya? Is that you? Maya?
Phoenix.
Huh? Sorry. This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Guy not holding a knife? Ahem! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
I'm just glad I'm
Objection.
not guilty.
That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth.
Yet it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright.
Wow! Wow! Okay!
Burn.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. It was taken the moment after the stabbing.
And how can you tell that?
Blood splatter.
Huh?
See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat?
But it's a black and white photograph! Yes! It's hard to tell, but this could be blood.
Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here.
No problem. Except you.
Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse?
Unfortunately, I'm used to it right now. Ugh.
Objection! Always object!
Wait! That contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime.
Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies, you little shit.
That's it?
If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating, like a robot. Beep, bop, boop. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Premeditated? How do you know?
Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph.
Look at this photograph.
Well, those are gloves.
Objection! She always wears gloves.
Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on?
She's a germaphobe.
If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves.
Ugh! Those gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation.
Premeditated murder. A serious offense.
Witness, add this to your testimony.
Okay. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it.
Have a look at the...
What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves?
The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies.
In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make.
No, that's not right.
Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime.
Ugh. No, that's not true. Impressive! I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Star. This is bad. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated.
It's only a It is only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
You said that before. I'm repeating myself.
Scientifically speaking, Miss Star's testimony is flawless.
So that's pretty fatal to me.
What do we do? This is it. Is my sister guilty?
Let's keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panic. Yeah.
It's not like that.
Right. Sorry, you were saying Sim before I push.
I said, look at your evidence again.
Okay.
Look at the knife. Traces of victim
No
blood,
prints.
no prints. What else is there?
Well, you mean on the knife?
No. What else is written? What other items? Go on, go through them. Check
The
stuff.
phone.
Yeah. Got it. Parking. Deputy to lost
The phone is a
my
good
knife
thing,
rig.
but it's irrelevant at the moment.
Yes, at the minute.
You can't present stuff out of order; it will count as penalties.
Hmm.
Well.
You kind of need to think of what was added to the testimony and how does it relate to your items.
That's what I'm looking for. Because the only thing that was added was obviously the photo.
Well, check the. Actually, check the photo again. Okay. Now check the scene. Check the scene of the crime. You've got a map.
Yeah, because he said. Yeah, because he said she saw it, but she couldn't have seen it because it's blocked off. The car's here.
Yep.
Here's the wall.
Yep.
The security room. But she saw it from this side.
Yep.
That's
Oh.
where she took the picture.
Save, you scum.
Saving.
Okay. One moment. Am I new? Down it does what come. Alright, this place. Boyfriend. Or said something.
Go back. Through the wire fence.
Yeah.
Look at the photo or the map again. Where would she have to be on the at the wire fence? Look at the map.
Yeah. So you have to be in the B block. Because this is where the wire fence is.
Yep. But she said she was at the security office, so she'd be.
Yes.
Have a look for whatever else she says as well. Okay, so she was on her way, but go on then again. I mean, go back even more.
Oh, right.
This was just that. Okay.
Yeah.
So keep
So I always
going.
knew this day would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finally home detective intuition. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a girl's car. Murder was planned.
Okay, so there's nothing contradictory at the moment. Towards the wired fence, but you need to find what is.
You have to think exactly what you have to contradict here.
Yep.
And what was the last thing that Phoenix said regarding contradiction?
So what?
What was the last thing that Phoenix said regarding contradictions? You have to find a way to show it's not premeditated.
Yeah. Wait a sec. How am I supposed to prove it's not premeditated? The gloves don't prove it was a premeditated thing, though. Wait. Could it be?
Well, check it.
What's wrong? You look like I do during finals.
Never mind, it's nothing. If it was premeditated, why would she call? I'm gonna regret this.
Yeah, you did. Should have saved.
I did save, actually.
Okay.
It does. I don't see anything contradictory. Really? Objection overruled. Trying to think about this before you created this, right? Whoops, that didn't go so well. Okay. Planned.
If you had to kill someone, what is the first thing you're getting?
A knife.
Yes, a weapon. And what did she kill it with?
Yeah, because it was in Edgeworth's car. Duh.
Yeah, it was not hers.
Rhys, do you know what this is?
Are you trying to test me? I sell books, lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk.
Indeed. It is my knife. Verily so.
What with this case, the bloody murder weapon, the red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there. The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? I'm here, prosecutors, bad people.
Yes, Timmy, now shut the fuck up
The defense has a request.
and take your Ritalin.
We ask that the witness
No!
prove an accurate testimony.
What's that, Rookie?
In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon?
Oh.
Thanks to my friend Larry Butts talking in my ear conspicuously.
You're welcome, Nick.
No problem. Thanks.
I was just like, who's this hobo?
This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon!
What?
Order! Order! Order!
Who had the Summon Route Tuesday special?
Great. Now the tide is turning in our favor.
Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free.
Not quite light, Emma.
Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie.
Ah!
I saw that coming. What?
I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned.
Yes?
Not over such a trifling detail.
But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory.
Ah. The prosecution would care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is the lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution need prove. Nothing else.
Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now, you little ponce.
Very so.
But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned! If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing?
I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again.
Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought.
Think you're a little vampire ponce. How dare you! My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated!
Really now.
Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim on the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again.
I know that contradiction now.
Mhm.
The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it?
So, if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy?
You could
I
be.
mean, you could, young Emma. Lord knows I've wanted to kill the delivery boy for being 40 minutes late for my pizza.
Are you stroking your totodile, sir?
Ta-da-da! You've come back to me!
Totodile!
I missed you so much after that mean Maya stole you. In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Please don't make me reread everything.
Yeah.
Detective Goodman.
Read it!
You read it!
You said that, but you haven't told us how you know.
It's just a thing I do! That's what I'm about to tell you, rookie! You little dumb shit.
I believe what she just said was a mere prelude to the story she is about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again.
Rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bird out of the oven half-baked, like your career.
I think I can see why she was fired. She's too much of a storyteller and not a fact teller.
Something's half-baked right here, and it's you.
Try not to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Now, why did you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim?
Their actions speak for themselves. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office.
You have no proof that Miss Skye called him there.
You have blah 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 blah. You have no proof that she didn't.
Mr. Edgeworth, what?
I hate you all.
There is no record of a call made on the defendant, Miss Lana Skye's phone.
She might have written him a letter.
Come on! You could have tried public phone first at least.
What's that, Mr. Wright? I haven't heard of those in a while. Quite outdated if I do say myself.
You're outdated.
Letters, I still see people writing. Public phones? Ah, not in 10 or 15 years now. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered.
I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Witness!
Why do you think it
No,
was...
no, that is still me.
Oh.
Why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day?
I'm sure the blah 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 blah. Plip plop.
English! Do you speak it? What's a flip flop? Give me a flip flop!
No plip plop for you.
Ah!
I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. You can't prove that.
What kind of grudge?
A grudge match. Rugby. Well,
Oh.
I wouldn't know that.
Of course you don't. That's because he didn't have a grudge.
Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside?
How am I supposed to know?
See, we agree. There is a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. She's playing the Chewbacca defense!
Yeah. See, she's smart.
A person's life is like a lunchbox of pretzels. Don't you agree? No!
That's not how the quote goes! I get it! That's why my lunch was so salty!
It was
This judge
assault.
isn't, this judge isn't very good with metaphors.
The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this?
It's simple. She's a bitch. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. That tells us nothing.
It tells us everything. A human machine. That's a contradiction.
You're a contradiction.
Please. Did you find fault with something of substance, Mr. Wright?
Actually, Mr. Ashworth, I can.
Note to self, Mr. Andrew's eyes smell like citrus fruit. What?
Quite a long way from there, Emma. But okay.
You say again and again. How many times did she stab him exactly?
We often say chop it into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done?
It makes a big difference, actually. How come she's getting mad at me?
Because your hair is stupid.
Let's just say she stabbed him several times and leave it at that. Leave it at that! This is a murder case, people!
Mr. Wright, you should speak up if you have an objection, you know? You useless
The
idiot.
star has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we first met. Challenging her abilities as a detective really sets her off.
She did it. Disguised as the person. The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact.
I wonder, would it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and even a really short wick will burn longer.
Note to self. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. I need more wax.
Alright, you dug your grave this time, woman.
What are you planning, sir?
Oh, you'll see if you've been paying attention.
I'm paying attention. I can...
Are you?
Yes!
What's the contradiction?
She did it!
She did it!
You fool.
Look, 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 I'm just here to read for the women. You're the one actually trying to solve the murder here.
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am. Can you believe this shit?
I think this is it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
You say she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that.
Are you testing me? Then I'll test you.
Are you threatening me?
With my surprise! Surprise, it's in your eyes.
I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Star.
Heh.
What do you mean?
I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound.
Ah! Aha! You're right! Good show, Mr. Edgeworth!
What a hunk! He's my hero, really?
What about my objection? No one noticed! You didn't notice! Well, witness?
You all suck! You got the crime scene set, right? Go!
Oh, thanks.
I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. Like my reading ability.
So, you're saying you mistook something for blood?
When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice.
Yeah, remember? She wears a scarf. It's red.
Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify!
I knew you were gonna do that. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was.
Her red muffler.
Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck, like a noose. So she can be. I was joking! So she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose.
Hey, Rhys, you know what to point out, right?
I'm pretty sure I do.
There's no scarf in the photo?
Correct. But I'll double check that to make sure. She's right. Miss Sky was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait! Isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people often mistake my beard
What?
For what?
For a chicken?
as a bib!
For a bib?
For a bib! Yes. A judge with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes.
Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest.
However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound.
Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony.
Mr. Wright, this is our chance!
Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Starr has turned out to be as
It's the same
short-tempered
stuff,
as
Rhys.
she. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Look at it.
Yep,
Oh,
it's
no.
not there.
Oh no.
No competence.
I really hate you. Oh,
Should
you could even read, Rhys.
Should have kept on your toes, Rhys. The witness is
I
clearly
was-
not suited for detective work. No, it's Rhys for reading work.
I was clicking my neck. I didn't think it got by so quick.
Well then,
What?
the suspect was not wearing a scarf or a muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you proved it yourself with this photograph.
Look at this photograph. Huh? But that can't be.
Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life.
Harsh words, but good.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails.
What was my attempt? What?
It's like
What
a
was my
double.
objection?
It's like a
Chopped
double.
liver?
It's like a double slight against you, Rhys, huh?
God!
But it was there. A scarf. No, not that. But something red. Really?
Really? Well, now,
Mm-hmm.
where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude. But back to business, right?
To defeat the Huns.
Bless you,
What?
Thank you. Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least.
Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony.
The most important part?
The part where your sister stabs the victim.
Oh yeah, that.
The next testimony might just be the moment of truth.
Hey, Rhys. She looks apprehensive.
After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Wait, how did you do
Exactly.
that? Ah, yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony.
Sure, why not?
The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. Anime pose.
She's flexing.
You're quite determined about the scarf, aren't you?
It's tacky and I hate it. I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. What? That's me, Angel Star.
That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake.
Don't bother me with details, unless you want to get bitten.
But details are important! No thanks.
Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites.
Anyone would be!
The teeth, blah, 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 blah.
Just say
chief
teeth and
prosecutor-
go and be all of it, Becky, so we can make fun of you. You don't have to go blah 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 every time.
No, then we can make fun of her more.
I can't help it. This is how my brain reacts when I can't read.
The chief
The chief
prosecutor.
The chief prosecutor.
They're like a...
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum.
an oil drum? Hard to imagine.
In those heels? Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman, rah!
She
Who
don't
will?
say a fucking cheetah.
Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you will. Playing his Game Boy.
How old is she?
Ghost. Ghost Mia shots the
How old
battery
are
of
these
the Game
people?
Boy.
Go into the thing.
Oh, sure. Where's the court?
No, you'll have to go into the
records?
court record. I
Hmm.
guess you can't do it now. That's
Not in a
fine.
minute, no. Yeah.
Press.
Anyway,
and you'll be able to as soon as you press.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Profiles.
Profiles. 24.
31,
31.
33, 36, and Landscape. 29. Okay.
Oh, Gumshoe's only 30. Go
Yep.
figure. Anyway. So, where was this partition?
Yes, partition.
Yeah, partition on the floor plans.
The plans of floor.
I'm sure she means. Sorry.
that's
Ezra.
I'm
it.
sure she means
Sorry,
this wall next to the car.
That's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high.
She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do.
And what did you do then?
I tackled the bitch.
How?
I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot.
You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect?
As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time.
Maybe I should press
Yes.
on
Yes, you should.
for more details.
Always press.
I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe.
Show us how you faced for offense.
Right, the
Lunchland.
luncheon. Yeah, the
Lunchland.
lunchland car. Thank you.
The
Lunchland.
lunchmobile.
The lunchland car was.
She was a visitor. Thus, she was parked in the B block.
So, you witnessed the murder from here. That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr?
Yes, that's right.
But there was a chain link fence in front of you.
I went over it, of course.
Amazing! The cup-up queen! Lunch lady! Athlete indeed!
Why wasn't that
It
caught
was
on camera?
It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence.
Yep.
So she couldn't have gone to my sister that fast.
Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high.
These ladies in their heels.
So how did Miss Sky not get away?
She just stood there, watching her with the phone to her ear.
And yes,
the fuck
when
is
I
going
arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. Why would she mention her damn scarf?
She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say?
If I remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony.
Cheeky.
Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler.
That could be the car.
Yep.
Just that one word?
So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else?
Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone.
Her phone? She can't mean. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene?
Yes, ultimately.
Ultimately.
My memory is like a salmon heading upstream, you see?
So it's got a one-track mind.
The court doesn't seem, Star.
That's not a very good That's not a thing to be proud of.
The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall.
On the wall. That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall.
Apparently, it was out of order.
And so she used her cell phone.
Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. How convenient.
Good witnessing. Witness? Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? You should of course add this to your testimony.
Things I do to please this rookie defense attorney.
Nothing was overheard during the call. Okay.
I saw it all. How she tried the phone on the wall, but
Oh.
had to use her cell instead.
Mm-hmm.
If you were climbing the fence, how did you
No,
say?
that's not even the thing. The phone is behind the freaking wall partition.
Yeah, so how could she have seen it?
Hmm.
Man,
For all she knew, she probably went like tried to run away.
Mm-hmm.
And her car was directly in front, so yeah, partition was in the way. Have a look at it again.
Yep, it's right there. Telephone shot. Wall is
E-
shot.
even if she wasn't directly in that position, if she was to the left side a little bit, well, or in this case down,
And
the
yeah,
more down you go,
Yes.
it doesn't matter. You still don't see the phone. It's impossible.
exactly. Yeah. So how did she know that's what she was doing?
She would only
Miss
be able
Star.
to, yeah, she would only be able to see it if she was in the security room.
I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lanisky.
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias.
Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago.
Yoo-hoo.
Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this?
Yeet! Huff! I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright.
Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it up. All up.
Let's look at the floor plans.
Shall we?
You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at.
Ba-dum-tsh.
That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it!
What? What?
Order! Order! What's the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies!
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question.
You may have the question. I've got my theme going. I'm on a roll.
Tell us exactly what lie the witnesses told the court.
She climbed a fence in heels.
Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about...
Uh-huh.
Where she saw it? Or the order of events?
Save, bitch.
Unless... Yep.
Now tell us about Megalovania.
This guy tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie? I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location.
A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I've ever heard one.
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it.
Mark, mark.
Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place from where Miss Star could have seen the crime was...
Where that van is, in B block.
No, she wouldn't be in... She couldn't be in B block.
No, so you'd have to be in the security room to at least see the phone call happen.
No, go on then.
But that's just a phone call, not the crime itself.
Yeah.
This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room? Because she went to see her boyfriend, she said this.
Indeed. The security room in this underground parking lot is well positioned. It's elevated.
Exactly.
It's built on the second floor so you can see the entire lot.
She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room. Yes? Well, Miss Star!
How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned? I a virgin.
Order her to the deck.
Today a man has got the better of Angel Star. How amusing.
Percy doesn't say that often. Order! Order! Witness!
Don't you ought to be about?
What have you done? You used to be a detective! You should know better!
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails.
The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky?
Mr. Wright, does this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? It doesn't make sense. Unless she's the murderer.
Huh?
She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything.
Exactly.
Ah! Mr. Hedgehog was listening in to me!
This photograph tells all, and was the defendant who stabbed the victim. The truth still stands.
It still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So, tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright.
She wants Miss Sky to...
Huh? Me? Who else?
Mr. Wright, let's review what we know with science! Just pulls out a chemistry set.
Baby's first chemistry set.
Disney princess set.
Miss Star witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. Must be a vital difference. But what? What would
The
change?
angle of view of the crime. I mean, you have a photograph. How the fuck do you explain? How do you explain that?
Exactly. Why, the angle at which she saw the crime occur would change. The angle? What do you mean? Well, the security guard station is on the second floor, and, she would have sort of a more 3D view of the crime? And this is important? Why?
Guilty.
I guess.
How'd you like to reconsider, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Wright, let's review what we do!
It would make a difference, though. Because how
If
can she
you're
be
on the
there
second
and take a
floor.
picture from the other side?
If you're on the second floor, think of how long it takes you to get there.
You have to go out, run to the side, go down the stairs, open the door. But obviously it's the
Distance to
lighting.
crime. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see.
What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime.
No.
Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness?
You.
Yes.
You ordered the squid wheels, right? Woman!
And the quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible.
I was bringing a PB
butter and
and J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend.
Hmm? Boysenberry? For the boyfriend?
He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass walled station. Before I knew it, what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene.
That still doesn't explain the fucking photograph.
But the door was locked. I couldn't open it.
Oh. Would you look at that? She took the long way, which is even longer.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I had to go through the visitors parking in B block.
That's quite a detour.
Yes, especially in heels. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
5 minutes? This changes things considerably.
But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. Look at that tacky coat. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. I named him Johnson.
You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention.
Would you like another caviar lunch?
Stop making me hungry.
Absolutely.
I haven't eaten yet.
Mr. Ray, you have to do something. I really want lunch.
Do I have any evidence to stop this?
Yeah.
Raise an objection about lunch.
5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it.
Think, Mark, think!
You could make pasta in that amount of time. If you like it
Al
au
dente.
dente. Al dente.
Al
Al dente.
dente. I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into nuts, rookie!
A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange?
Strange.
If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Skye dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable.
Yeah!
Well then, it seems you've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth is the next witness ready to go.
Unfortunately, I need to take a shit. I appear to have overestimated the witness on account of her professional history.
Look at it! I screwed that canned shit, Mr. Wright. I thought it was the C word.
Oh.
I mean, you could have said that as well and it would have worked.
that was too close. We nearly got demonetized. Oh. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned.
Imagine having monetization.
All that.
Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right?
That's the ones he tried to force off on me.
I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say?
I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. Then pull it out now!
What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask you, Miss Starr.
Is this your jumbo lunchbox?
Woo! A triple decker!
My fucking god!
Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence.
Oh my fucking god! Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed.
What's it going to pull out her ass now? I mean, her lunchbox this time.
God, this woman!
Yeah, it makes you have to read, Becky.
She is persistent. She's coughing up all the details.
I'll cough her up. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? No! 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye.
Wait a minute.
This shoe proves it. It's flawless. Decisive evidence. She has a really heavy flow.
Why did you have it?
What? There was blood found on that shoe?
Try Lunchland for all your luncheon decisive evidence needs.
So you
Weak.
forge it? What's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Because I'm a bitch. Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
You're not a vigilante. And you had blood tests performed.
Didn't I mention? No! I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
What?
You must know of the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, the shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being.
They just put the shoe in jail. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. We live in an unjust society. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. Used to be. As I mentioned previously. This shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. No! Is that right?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen.
You can at least study some evidence law. Really?
Stop eating and sleeping!
The prosecution complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to assure that the guilty is properly judged. Would you like a quadruple decker lunch?
Ooh, yes, please. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
No! No! No more!
Why did you lie about those 5 minutes?
Son of a bitch. I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results.
The results?
How many times do I have to say this? I don't know! I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blink means nothing. Nothing at all!
Then why didn't you just tell the truth?
Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. I thought it said bonk.
Bonk.
This when the suspect is admitting that she did it. But false testimony is the most
Despicable.
despicable crime of all, mister. Let's just get this over with.
Wow, even the judge is sick of this bullshit.
Yeah.
And now to the matter of the victim's tacky shoe. Did I not bring this up? No!
And you found the shoe at the scene of the crime.
I yanked it from her foot.
Is what you mean?
I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive.
So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe.
I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. The shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen.
I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag. Really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next.
Press race.
So, you brought it to the forensics department.
Yes. Yes. If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. Like one I'm begging.
And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it.
The shoe
Well-
does fit the crime.
Well, the man was stabbed after all.
And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman.
As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe.
Woman!
You hate her?
No, you... For the love of...
What did I do?
Not you, her. Did you not realize what she just said?
There were 2 types of blood found on the shoe.
Right. So how are there 2 types of blood on her shoe?
Someone attacked the prosecutor. That or she had a really heavy flow.
Yeah, she stabbed Goodman. So it makes sense why his blood's there. Why is hers on her shoe?
Why is
Somebody
why is
tried-
her blood not on the knife? Is the better question.
Exactly. Okay. Anywho's.
Say,
Hey,
Save, you scum! Save!
You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test.
I mean, that's pretty. I'm pretty sure that's what the blood test is for, Phoenix. Stop doing the
Sorry,
stupid. Leave that to
That
Larry.
blood test. Thanks again, Larry. I owe you one.
Oh,
what? Make me delicate.
You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie?
Huh?
Well, speak up, bitch boy.
Well, blood comes in 4 types: A, B, O, and
AB.
AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright!
Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear.
That's pretty specific.
If I had a little more time, I would have gone DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana Skies.
So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe.
And that ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. Now that Mr. Wright has completely debased himself, let's carry on.
I was afraid he was going to say that.
This shoe proves it. It's flawless. Decisive evidence. Blah blah blah. And the other blood type.
Oh, you don't have to read, hon. I'm just going through it.
Okay. Thank you.
No, it's fine.
Do.
Nope.
Nope.
Better be careful, Rhys.
Yeah.
Okay, Rhys. Go load the save.
No, it's fine. It's still fine.
Yeah.
Still
It's
okay.
not fine.
No, it's still fine. You already lost a lot of life. What's the point in being perfect now, huh?
I'd rather have more life than less life.
There were 2 statements, Rhys.
Wait, did you check the shoe? Like, did you
Yeah, look at the shoe. You can still do the
turn it
forensics.
around? Yeah.
Forensic that bitch.
Oh, right.
Look at the front bottom, Rhys.
Yeah, I just noticed after I picked it.
This blood, it's my sister's, right?
It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime.
Oh, sis.
Okay.
Underneath the shoe. Ah! There's blood here too!
On the sole of the shoe, it's got to be the victim's.
He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood.
Thank you, Phoenix.
Oh, this blood! It's horrible! Blech. Blech.
This blood might be an important clue.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It always depends where you show these things.
Yeah. Look at the photo again. Okay, never
Whoops.
mind. Trigger finger.
Okay, Rhys.
No, you can still get it. Don't worry about it. The last chance, buddy. Have a look at
Yeah,
the photo.
thanks.
Well, I say last chance, but you know.
Hmm. She's wearing black shoes.
That's the victim's shoe, Rhys. He's wearing a white suit with white shoes.
Right.
There's one thing about that scene. There's no blood on the ground.
No, there isn't. Unfortunately for you, this shoe is far from being perfect evidence.
What?
The fuck?
This shoe directly contradicts what we know about the crime. The shoe doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit the crime.
Yes, thanks to Gumshoe here, saving my life.
Anytime, pal.
Maya, is that you?
No, what are you talking about, pal?
I'm going mad. God.
Must be hearing
Phoenix,
things,
are
buddy.
you hallucinating again?
Order!
You're claiming there's a contradiction with this shoe.
Yes.
Yes, what kind of man dresses in all white?
As I said, the shoe doesn't fit what we know about the scene of the crime. Very well, let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say about the shoe.
You voiced that so perfectly in terms of like just being annoyed at this point. Very well.
What about this shoe contradicts what we know about the crime? Show us the problem with this evidence.
There's blood on the bottom of the shoe.
The problem lies in the footprint.
The footprint.
Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood.
Look at this picture.
Then, isn't it strange? Why aren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime?
Yes.
Ah! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe.
So shoot.
This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Blueprints.
Blueprints aren't necessary, Edgeworth. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because he checked the scene and found nothing of the sort.
Nothing at all.
Order! 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 Well, witness.
What? Huh? Fuck. Great going, Mr. Wright, but you're not as cool as Edgeworth. It's true that the lack of footprint is a contradiction.
Her statement just like stabs Felix right in the heart.
But we have to ask why wasn't a footprint?
Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Maybe he's tried.
Think, Mr. Wright, think! She's doing like the meme.
Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
What?
Hold it. I see. Now I get it.
Get what?
You're an idiot.
Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Wow. She could be my girlfriend if she wasn't guilty.
I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do.
No kidding.
Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question.
Why, you a bitch?
This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that. I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. What?
Witness! Well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
Water? What does that mean?
Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
Was it you?
Aha! You don't mean...
Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason alone. To erase the blood stains that would become evidence against her.
Ah! That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstain left on the victim's shoe tie.
Shoe
tie
her.
Exactly, clearly, to this murder. And after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty. Erasing evidence.
That reminds me, this guy's right hand was hurt. Did she say she'd cut herself when she stabbed him?
So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe.
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something, please. I won't pay you.
What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it.
But
Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well.
But Angel Stars is on the prosecutor's side.
Execution.
She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky.
Larry, please come in as the last minute witness.
Hold it!
Little girl, why did you just... What did you just say?
Bitch, what'd you just say?
Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. No! Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence.
Wait! Witness, don't tell me you have something else!
The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments, and you will be held in contempt of court.
Your threats don't scare the cuff-up queen. Look at this photograph. Isn't it neat?
Oh, for the love of...
Got water there.
A photograph!
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this... Oh, for the love of...
Evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait, look at
Hold
the asphalt in this photo.
Hey, Rhys.
Mm,
You see the muffler?
yep, I see it.
There's a scarf in the muffler.
Yep.
Yep. Hey, it's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway.
Ghost Mia just slaps him on the back of the head.
I'm sorry, Mia.
Boy!
She's still here.
Right? Wet or not, I will kill you myself! Don't be so quick to throw in the towel! Get yourself up off this asphalt! Take another good look, you dumb fuck! Don't give up! Not to the bitter end! Never gonna give you up! Never gonna let you go!
This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time, I'd like to declare verdict for good.
The poor lunch lady's just like completely clutching her pearls at this point.
Your Honor, wait.
You suck.
What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdict in peace anymore?
No!
Whatever it is, can it wait?
I'll give you a cookie.
No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph. The last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration.
So, right. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence?
Look at this
Yeah.
evidence!
I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong. I've got to go ahead with this.
Head
I
empty, no thoughts.
suppose, since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem with this photograph.
There's a scarf!
Save Rhys.
Oh!
Too late. Trigger happy again. The problem
Guess
in
what?
this
We
photograph
fucked up. We'll
is
have to
here.
reload.
Yes, I know.
Really?
I know.
What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Aha, I got you going.
Wait! Just a moment!
You bastard! You lucky bastard!
Your Honor.
You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph.
Look closer, Your Honor.
A muffler is also a part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as the part of the exhaust system. A pipe.
I see, and I see. What's this suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
So what if there is something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just like Chewbacca.
Sorry, mister, but it's not going to be that easy.
Yeah, better save.
Save, bitch, save!
You're on your last rope, buddy.
Ah, no. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case.
Yes.
You said as much in your testimony.
Testify, sister. What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case. Goodness me, I'm using this photograph a lot, aren't I?
Goal!
Well, Your
He
Honor,
scored!
how do you feel about that?
They win!
Actually, I don't feel well at all.
That was the
I
most
have
well-placed goal
this
ever.
headache. But, no, I meant, what do you think about the... I'm afraid the reason for this headache is you, Mr. Wright.
Bye. You just
No!
lost.
Mhm.
Quickly, reload.
Yeah, I know.
Reload!
Well, how do I
Reload.
reload?
Reload!
Should have done it a little bit earlier.
What do you mean earlier?
There was
Yeah,
still
sounds-
the option before you. Okay, never mind. You still had the option. Oh well, at least you had the game over. For the first time in a while.
We won.
So what did you click on?
The picture. Because I clicked on the picture and he's like, game over.
Mm-hmm. Brini says, "Are you winning, sons or daughter?"
No, we're failing.
Look at the phone, Rhys.
He's dead at 4. The phone was made at 5:18.
No, the word muffler was overheard.
That too.
That's the important thing. Her testimony
Mister.
her testimony changed the description of the item.
Recall your testimony for the court.
Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler.
It's
That's
probably
what
some,
had me confused in my earlier testimony.
it's probably some new prosecutor supervillain or something. A muffler.
Muffler! Ah! Yeah! My greatest nemesis.
Anyway, could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence.
My heart!
My lunchbox.
Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings.
Oh god, no. Suspend?
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth.
I got to go my robes.
If we leave any question unanswered, here we do a disservice to the law. Have a car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth.
To sniff
The
it.
verdict will wait. The verdict will wait until after you've seen all the evidence. Agreed?
I suppose so.
Phew. That was close. But we made it. At least for now.
We had a loss, but that never happened.
Time travel.
Brainy says
This
from
court?
Brainy says from a judge who is entertained by jingling keys and likes object permanence.
This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all.
It's lunchtime,
He's
bitch.
still hungry.
To be continued. Jesus.
Would you like to save?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was annoying.
My God, thank God I invented that experimental time travel device, or we'd be screwed.
Mm.
How is this related to forensics again, Emma?
I was hoping to be able to travel back in time to the moment of the crime to pick up fresh evidence.
Can't get any fresher than the scene of the crime. Emma, you could prevent crimes of this. Yeah, but I would be out of the job!
You'd have a new job, Emma.
That's pretty logical.
Mr. Wright, we fucked up.
No, I fucked up. You were fine. Huh? What?
Our trials always like this of you.
Actually, no. Mine's technically my good luck charm. I've never failed once with her by my side.
I don't know what a Maya is.
Well, you see.
Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface, but then you get dragged down again and you drown and suffer and fresh.
But more water's just coming in.
But no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there.
Pretty much.
Wow, you suck.
Except today we're swimming in quicksand. I had my first loss, actually. So what happened to your sister anyway?
Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers.
Probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
So, this is where we turned this trial around, right? We turned the trial around, right? Holy weapon! A tiny, insignificant piece of cloth!
I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and significant to tell the truth. No, seriously, I actually feel so low right now.
Mr. Wright!
Be fine.
No, Gumshoe, it would not be fine.
You'll be fine, pal.
Lucas, I think you're here.
Hola, partner.
Partner.
They say show red cloth to a bull, he'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a young one, at least.
Officer Marshall!
Thought I'd come to take a look-see at how the trial's gone. Looks like I'm late. They got the home range locked down tighter than a fort in the enemy territory.
But hard to split out. Yeah. But hard to split out, huh? What's going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge.
Aren't you got enough when you played without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example.
Officer Marshall? Why are you a cowboy?
I don't know.
The
Works
whole
with the
mess-
job, I guess.
It's a fetish.
I see. Note to self buy cowboy outfit.
Things are bug-eyed.
The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
You don't say. Now then, don't just beat all. I have seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time.
Wait, what have you been doing with my sister?
I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. I am not allowed to say.
What?
Did you say it's that muffler is inside the muffler? Hmm? It's a muffler-ception.
Muffsumption.
Muffin.
It's muffin time.
Muffin. I could go
I
for
want
some
a
The
muffins.
word.
I could
I
go
want
for
more
some-
cake.
I could go for
The
another
award
goal!
No.
Oh,
No. I did mention that would happen. before we
I
started.
was hoping
Yeah,
for it.
but you had to say it. You had to say it as I was getting the guilty verdict. Like when you said goal, I thought, oh, I had done it. You're right, I had done it. I had lost, not won.
Well, that was my dad, so you can blame him.
No, it was funny, good timing. I'm just saying it would have been better had I won the case, not lost the case.
That's why he was celebrating then. He hates prosecutors. Anyway, at the award ceremony thereafter, Edward's seen it too, I'd reckon.
What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. Yeah, that's why I put it up there. Because it's in the damn muffler!
So, Mr. wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time.
It's lunchtime, bitch.
Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull whatever it will. Time will tell.
Ugh, I have a bad feeling about this. Curse my brain. Jumping ahead to conclusions before doing the correct steps. Yeah.
So,
Could have had a
What?
proper goal.
Yes, I know. And I hate it forever.
what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
If it stakes us, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh wee.
I want ribs.
Guys, seriously, could you stop with the food?
I'm hungry
I'm
again.
hungry.
I want cake.
Do you guys want to take a snap break or something?
No, we'll have a snack break in 30 minutes. That's fine. I can do it. I can wait.
For Christ's
I
sake.
can wait 9 times.
I'd like to resume.
Greenie says, I just thought about something. None of us are Americans.
Well,
What gave that away?
He's continuing. So as far as we're concerned, or as he wrote,
yeah.
concerned, this is a 100% good representation of an American. I guess he's gonna say court system. Yeah, I guess so. You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Kangaroo court that they have to deal with.
If you think about it, even the game is an American. It's wholly Japanese.
Yeah, none of us are Japanese either, so this is probably a good representation of the Japanese legal system. Yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, he says kangaroo court is Australian. Look, we're not Australian either. It's fine. I can say that. I can say it 9 times.
What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue. Your lips are purple. You're sweating bullets. That frowned brow. Those grinding teeth. Those watery eyes.
I still like that they gave his iris a light twitch. You can never
What's
see
up with
those. You don't see those in any other sprites. It's only here. It can't be. This can't happen.
I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. His von Karma is leaking out.
Well then, I believe it is time we continue on with this trial.
Please no.
During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation.
This is unacceptable.
Mr. Edgeworth?
It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. I don't know who's talking.
Is
to.
this a man or a woman, guys?
Oh, yeah, this is the... I think this is the Chief Alec.
Oh, should
So
I
I
listen?
think you should go with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Yeah, okay, he's...
Okay.
Dilf!
It's the police chief.
What's with this guy? What is with this character design? The hell?
He looks
A
like
strange
Rio,
stuffy-
but better. Rio plus, you could say.
Oh! Yeah!
Oh no, I ran out of drink.
How dare!
Oh, look, Becky's thirsty.
God damn it! Objection!
Incredibly thirsty.
The hell?
Pretty says, I
Damn
hope it
you
was
all!
gumshoe. Nope. Not this
A
time, pal.
strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. What is this? The actual hell!
Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Hell yeah, it did.
Who on earth is he?
I think she's talking Fahrenheit.
Ah, it's you.
Gabe?
Oh! Sorry, I'm late. Gee, the roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, huh? Gee? How you been? Swim much these days?
Hello. No, I've been so busy.
Busy schmizzy, Aji, my boy. You have to make time to relax.
Yes, indeed.
Aji seems to be his nickname for the judge.
Yeah, Judgy, Aji.
Yeah. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you?
Ah, so you're Wright-o, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son.
Thanks.
So sorry about a little Worthy giving you all the trouble, eh?
Wealthy?
You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly!
Little Worthy? Mr. Wright! You don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top ranking police officer in the entire district!
Name's Gant, Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone.
I like him.
I like him. He's the murderer, isn't he?
What, did the Damon name give it away? Greenie says, you're so nice.
And that's the problem. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it?
Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this.
Hey, that's...
My sister's muffler!
So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler.
But to think it was stuffed in an exhaust pipe.
He plays with his hair!
Oh, on Little Worthy's car, no less. really quite embarrassing, even for us.
What's this?
It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief! What kind of outfit are you running?
Mr. Edgeworth?
I think it's orange. How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do your job? Now wait a minute, Worfy. I have no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Ah, or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there, Miles Edgeworth?
Oh!
That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your hat in the claws because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made.
This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words.
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yeah.
The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes.
Do you have any more leftover lunches?
Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it for me? I wonder. Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point at people anymore.
Come on, just hurry up and open it, you little baby.
My God.
Automation.
Wee!
Would've just pressed left.
It wasn't me.
I know. I know. Game just fucking. That's why I said automation.
Oh,
Could've
right.
just fucking
The
pressed
button, Rhys.
left. God damn it. Check.
What? Don't scare me like that. This knife's broken.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Legendary.
I'm the one who's scared.
Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off.
Yes, it is.
And this dark red stain. Blood? Jam?
Thanks, Ben, for switching to a woman's voice.
Oh.
Maya,
I know
Maya's
you want
is
to help
waiting
me
your
from the great
fucking head.
beyond. Maya, is that you? Speak to me.
Order Maya cheeseburger to mountain. Order Maya cheeseburger to
What great
mountain.
wisdom! are you bestowing
Ramen
upon me?
delivery. Stat.
Class 5.
Class
Large
5.
fries.
Five.
Stop.
Large fries. Stop. Cheeseburger.
Apple pie
Everyone's looking at Phoenix
included.
having a... an apple pie?
Ice
Yes, I am-
cream. If not broken, machine. Stop.
Wait. Hold on. No, wait. That's not Maya's voice. Gumshoe!
Extra ketchup.
Gumshoe,
Ask-
stop interrupting my fortress,
Ask
Maya!
about Happy Meal toy.
No pickles. Please.
Ah, too many voices in my head. Maya, it's hard to pick you up. I'm getting gumshoe in my head too. What do you want?
He's visiting at the mountain. He's on a hunting retreat.
That can't be right. He's right there. I see him across the way. Forever just looking at me, it's like, what the fuck is he on?
Goes Mia just hits him in the back of the head.
What?
My sister's trying to use you as a delivery boy.
Found at the crime scene
All
wrapped
tag
in...
attached. Rini says Maya's just prepping to next time she gets accused of murder.
Wait, what? What? What was that?
This
Pretty?
does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself.
I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife?
Sure thing. Not a problem, not even a little one. Really? You
It's
could
gonna
even
be
say I
so
prepared for
hard
this.
It's gonna be so difficult proving you're guilty. Mostly because we like you.
This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
There was a murder at the police department? A detective?
That's hush-hush information, Aji. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second, you said 5:15. That's the exact same. That's the exact time Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
What? What?
Order!
It's a double murder. Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might imagine, as you might well assume. We were in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay?
I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright, 2 detectives killed at the same time
I'm
in 2
surprised they
different
didn't play
places.
his theme yet. He does have his own
I
theme.
think that.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that happens when you first meet him outside the courtroom.
Okay, fair enough.
The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course.
I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Hmm.
Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand.
Rhys, why are you a really buff old man in an orange suit?
This knife
To
is
be fair-
special. I can't say how here.
Well, to be fair, I'd say this is my doppelganger, which means I'm probably gonna die soon.
Oh no!
He's got rose-tinted glasses, please. He sees the world differently than you.
I'll say. Excuse me, special?
Hard to come by in this particular knife anywhere else.
Might that special thing be this little tag?
Oh! Sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now. Not that. Not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime?
That's quite a mystery.
And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman.
This knife was found on the scene of the crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you?
See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto.
Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue? Let's examine the knife while we can, righto?
Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time.
So, how were the things down at the department? That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. So look at the knife.
Ooh.
Look at the
Look
little
at the end of
tag.
the blade. Look at the tag. There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL92.
It does say SL92.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6. Maybe it's a case number.
That's weird. You're weird, Righto.
What?
I don't remember where. I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either.
Wink, wink,
Maybe I
nudge,
should
nudge.
Maybe I should check the court record again.
Maybe you should, righto.
Save!
Did you figure it out, Rhys?
Truth be told, no.
Well, maybe you need
I
to
know-
change your perspective a little bit.
I know that there's the date. That's a given.
Examine the back of it.
Yeah, have a look at it.
Good man.
675.
Maybe it's upside down. Turn it upside down, Rhys.
Thank you, Becky. Thank you very much.
Change of perspective, Rhys.
Yes. I got it when you said it.
Wait a second.
Hold on a
Maya?
minute.
Maya.
Send me cheesecake.
High quality ramen noodles, pal. Ah, at last.
Samurai.
An honest to goodness objection. I
This
haven't
knife.
heard that one in 2 years.
This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean?
An honest to goodness, what do you mean? For Mudgy, this is great.
You're going to jail.
Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. Saturday Night Live, 9th of February. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus
That's judge.
7S. 12-2.
That's the judge.
Sorry, yes, you're right, it is a judge.
Here's your lodging, Your Honor.
Thank you. Nom, nom, nom. There we go. Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside? The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around, and what do you get?
Becky's so smart.
And what else was it? On the second?
Ah!
What else was on the 21st of February?
In this game?
Yeah,
Was it the award ceremony?
was it? You can check the court record. Check.
I'm gonna have to
and
check the
see.
court record because I can't remember the date.
I mean, you can look at.
Profile.
Yeah, there we go. Yes, right there.
Yeah,
Hmm.
It's the date where Mars Ellsworth had the thing and when the murder took place.
so it's
Yes.
exactly
Mm-hmm.
the same date.
Yes, the exact same date. Aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing as written on the knife's tag. Order! Order! Well, Chief.
Cheesecake!
Well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Ryo.
Here's a gummy bear.
I win? Ah! What game is this guy playing? It's nice to win, though.
He gives you gummy bears.
This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. You can go back and press on that.
Oh, right. So this knife was stolen?
Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice! Good show, Lil Murphy. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved.
So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car.
I think there isn't a connection there.
I need to wish that clip Brainy posted later.
It's the part of you're going to jail.
That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation.
Something happened at the police department too, huh?
You got a good look in your eyes there, Ryder, my boy. Sharp. Hungry.
We've had so much lunch.
So, something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand you were busy with Lana's case and all.
Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day?
Tell us, Grandpa.
Moida. A detective was killed at the police department. See? What a mess.
On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department.
Aurora Borealis.
That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy?
I'm at a loss for words.
And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? That's none of your
Well-
business. Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested them, in fact.
Just arrested? That was quick.
Why do you think I was here? But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you can help, Righto?
I suppose I could help. If you help me by giving me data on your case.
Oh, good one! This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Say it, Rhys. You know when the victim died?
Yeah, 5:15.
Well, that's when the murder happened. Where the victim was found, how the victim was killed, and when the victim died. What do you want to know? Mind you, you're asking about the unknown case.
Yeah, I know. I know when the victim died.
So where
So
was
it's a
he
matter of-
found? How was the
Or
victim
how
killed?
the victim was killed.
When the victim died, you technically already know.
Technically.
The victim was found in the police department.
Yep.
How
So
did he die?
how the victim was killed. Well, how was the detective killed?
How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we would in the Force call a stabbing with a knife.
Stab, stab!
A knife?
That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit. We're cooking now. With oil. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same.
What do you mean?
There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death.
It seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder.
Jesus. So? Well, you made the call. See, you know the time. Go on then, press.
5:15. But that's where Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. What?
Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. With the same kind of weapon. What are the chances?
Coincidence?
The lunch lady orchestrated with her 50 boyfriends. This is
That's-
just my gut feeling, but I say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening!
Chief Gant. It is Gant, isn't it?
Mhm.
Please tell us more about the incident.
Damon Gant. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
How can you say there's no connection?
How? Because I'm chief of police.
I have fuck you power, that's what.
I can't just say anything I please, Righto. You understand?
No, I don't. Try to understand, Rito.
Well,
He's the writer.
if you can prove there's a connection, more power to you. Maybe there's something that ties the two murders together.
Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office, prosecution's office,
You're right.
And one-
Prosecutors.
okay, and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence.
And that knife? What was it doing there?
Yep.
I better check this knife out. Is there anything else on this I missed?
Like Becky said, check the knife's edge. No, the tip, nothing.
Just the tip.
What's that stain? Nothing.
That's
at all?
what I was trying to click on, but it
Hmm.
doesn't seem to wanna
Hmm.
hang.
Never mind.
Check.
Well,
Because also we
maybe
got that.
you could also try presenting the thing again. Or you can present,
Did you save Rhys?
yeah,
I'll
save,
save again.
but look at the knife again.
Mhm.
And don't be trigger happy.
Yes, yes.
I'll look at that knife.
It's
Nice.
knife to meet you.
No, just the description.
Oh, right. Found at the crime scene, wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Small tag attached.
Yeah. So,
Well, the muffler itself isn't a thing.
well, if he was killed with a knife, with a stabbing knife.
Mm-hmm. But he was killed with this knife.
Yeah. Not this guy, but the other. Okay, so you have the
The blue badger did it.
you have the detective at the other place
Yeah,
stabbed.
Goodman died thing. So, you were saying?
Ah,
No, I was just saying Goodman was stabbed obviously at the car lot at 5:15, and the other guy was stabbed
Actually, can
At the
you
police
can you
department.
press again? Go get out of this and go further. Mhm. Go further. Okay, can you go back before 5:15 and press?
This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he'll give you a chance to ask more questions again.
Hmm. On the same day that
Just
Amy
go,
Tyson was
just go
killed-
through the thing. It's the same.
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going. Maybe he'll give you another. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now you can ask more.
Mhm.
Go on and where?
So tell me, where was the victim found?
Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found. But I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department.
There we go. The evidence room? Wait a second. I've heard of that.
The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now?
This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
I say that's very evident.
There's the connection between the two cases.
You seem happy, Mr. Wright.
Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details.
Press.
Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases are already been proven.
You don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection?
Yes! Out of it, right? Mr. Wright? The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room.
Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag.
And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed! There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence.
He's staring into our soul.
You two make a good pair. It took my man 2 days to find out what you deduced right there. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet, and all.
Can we get the information unofficially?
Okay.
Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all.
What? Really?
Who would have guessed? He's still going to jail.
I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay?
If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything?
Well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly.
Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him.
The victim's gender.
He said it's a he.
Ah,
Well, we assume he's a he.
I don't think he said the victim's gender, just that they were found murdered.
And say the ID number.
Okay. How about you tell me the victim's ID number?
Sure, why not? I think you'll be able to tell who it is from that.
Of course
Sure.
not. You won't tell me their name after all.
We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 584-2189. Well done.
What?
You should have seen Bex's face.
Describe it, Rhys. Did she do a pog?
Basically. Close enough. It was more like that, it's more like, how do you, where you go back into your seat like, what? Like, it can't be. Wow, that's quite long.
And we
Giggity.
have to remember these. It drives me nuts.
8, 2. I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim at the police department. This tells me something.
Tells me everything.
Yep. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does! I think. Meaning... It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Well?
To me.
Let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you?
I wonder.
Witness!
Me.
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just... I got confused.
And this is news.
Huh?
Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do.
Edward doesn't like being teased.
The police department, the prosecutor's office, 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh! Is it yours? No, Your Honor! I'm a defense attorney, remember? See the badge? The badge!
He shows it off to everyone, even random babies.
Only because you people make me!
Such a weirdo.
This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret.
Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. Boom! Mic drop.
Where did you get that?
And? This means what exactly?
Detective Goodman has a clone!
Huh? Wait! ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right again! The number of the chief of police gave us was 5842189.
Wait a second, right? What does this...
Mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that?
This is the best game of Cluedo ever!
Sharp as a tack, Righto. Sharp as a tack.
But wait! Detective Goodman is our victim! He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot.
In Edgeworth's tacky car!
Yet, a detective, Bruce Goodman, was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room, at the exact same time.
Aurora Borealis!
That's impossible. So what we're saying is... the same person was killed at the same time? And in completely different location?
Oh!
Order, order, order! Chief, what does this mean?
No. No, what I want to know is why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor and in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy, no need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me?
Ooh, he got grumpy.
The oversight and the grave error? Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours.
'Tis your fault!
What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our officer Meekings who brought you the news.
Oh, he's
Officer
angry.
Meekings?
You remember, don't you?
Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? I
You remember?
Wait!
Uh-huh.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises?
He sent Meekings because he knew he'd annoy Edgeworth!
No.
I'm here, sir, at the request of Chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
You don't mean him?
Exactly him.
According to Meekings, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that the report had nothing to do with the Atlanta Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Why didn't your officer tell me?
Your job to read. Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
Wow.
In any
Oh, he's doing his
case,
best!
this is a serious error. A gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir! You could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then
He's staring into our souls. Judging us all.
No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say unworthy?
Oh, he angry.
What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law?
Well, Mr. Wright, you went to law school, right?
Huh? Oh, well, it's...
Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list.
So, what does this mean?
I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. This connection was just proven by Wright over there. Good job, Wright, my boy.
Oh, shucks. Thanks. I was just doing my job.
No. No!
It seems we have come to the end of this trial.
I know you're going through a lot tough time, Worthy. Just remember, you did this to yourself. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defender's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened, if it's the last thing I do. You better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, getting dominated by a bigger, older guy.
Pixis looks to her kind of dismayed. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day, as the prosecution has requested.
Hey Becky.
Yeah,
Greeny commented.
what'd he say?
I'm sorry, what, Becky?
You had me.
Will that be sufficient, Mr. Prinny? I mean, Mr. Edgeworth.
Wank. Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. Come, my plushies. To-to-do!
To be continued.
And we can leave it there until next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a long day.
To say the least.
Did you like your unforgettable luncheon, Becky?
I hate that woman.
No, Becky. Did you get the pun? The double-sided pun I made there? Because I'm on a Borealis at this time of day. Situated at exactly 2 different locations.
Oh, your puns riddled with spoilers, Sid.
Yes. Yes, they are.
The fucking multi-layered pun, Jesus.
This man is
Just like
working
a
on a whole
sandwich
other
or a
level.
lunch, you could say. Which I'm gonna guess now.
I'm gonna launch you into space.
That's
Anyway,
the
guys.
next. That'll be a different case, Becky. Don't worry about it.
Oh no, she comes back.
Yes, she does.
No,
Foreshadowing,
that means
yeah, like-
she didn't do it, which means the surprisingly fun police chief did it.
Anyway, if you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're on Twitch, consider subscribing to us to avoid the ads. Follow us on all our social medias, whether that be Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We practically at this point stream every day, so please check our schedule. You might see something you like and watch. Join our Discord if you want to talk to us personally, and we'll see you in the next stream.
If you don't do all that, then you have to spend the day with Miss Star at her awful lunches.
I don't know, Becky. Some
I'm
detectives
subscribing.
might be into it, pal.
Oh god.
I
You
just
get
miss
a hot
Maya.
lady and you get some good lunch. I miss having lunches, pal.
Maya, come back to me. Save me from these idiots. You're
Bye.
the only idiot I
Bye.
need. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.